Well, good day, fellow co-inhabitants. How are y'all doing out there? You listening to the Killogic Effect. You can find us lurking around all your favorite social media networks. You can also find us live streaming over on the Mixer, Twitch, and other such various type places. They allow us to do those things. Don't forget, the Killogic Effect is brought to you and supported by Local Music Earth Entertainment, XRP Radio, Digital Revolution Radio, Beats RSM Promotions, Badass Entertainment, Wyndham, Tattoo and Body Piercing, and mainly vapes. And don't forget, you can catch us over on Digital Revolution Radio every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you can also catch us over there at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Fridays. Yes. And what we do usually, or what we've been doing nowadays on Fridays is basically doing a big long day of radio from like 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. Something like that. So, yeah. If you're not doing anything, then why don't you stop by? Good times had by all. Just a thought. We got all sorts of goodies and stuff to talk about. Anybody that's been paying attention to the last few episodes, or the last couple anyway, will know that I've been pretty hot under the collar about the Ticketmaster thing. And these guys are finding whole new levels and ways of greed that far surpass, most dirty companies. They seem to have no bounds. And the thing with a company like Ticketmaster is they're that necessary evil that should not be tolerated when, by and large, the consumer and the artists are both getting ripped off. But yet we still allow this to happen, and I don't understand that. I don't get it. There are other options out there. It used to be that there never was any other options. But there are other options, probably not to the scale of Ticketmaster, and then Ticketmaster will go and buy up all the competition. But and I'm not understanding how the monopoly laws come into play with all this. And I guess because there are other options that even if you don't want to use them. But the way that Ticketmaster actually has its grip on ticket sales, either way, it's not a good look, man. And it's I really feel bad for people out there that are bumming on Coin right now, and now they've realized that, I would usually be able to go get my money back from Ticketmaster, but they're so fucking money hungry and greedy that they ain't even going to give back the money for postponed events. Now, I tried to, kind of be nice about this the first time around when I was talking about it, and it's just, that's not the way any of that works, ever. You don't have to pay for something that has been rescheduled, or it's just not the way that shit works. And for Ticketmaster to think that that's okay, or that fucking people are gonna have to deal, well, you will just shitty yourself right out of being fucking needed at all. People have had it way up to past here with all the fucking corporate greed and all that shit that goes around, while the rest of the peasants have to fucking grovel around and fight over crumbs. Well, you might have been able to get away with this perhaps 20 years ago, but now with the whole internets and everybody knowing everything all the time, good luck with that, you fucking fucksticks. You pieces of shit. And you're all gonna fucking lose in the end, like pieces of shit do. So, good luck with all that, stealing people's fucking money. Good luck with your image there. I guess you were already at the point where you figured your image was shit anyway. So, fuck it. Might as well go for broke and, just be known as the fucksticks that like to rip people off while making millions and millions of fucking dollars off events. And, and that's not to say that there isn't, how about the whole Metallica thing with them buying their own tickets and selling them to secondary markets? Yeah, that's a pretty dirty fuckstick shit thing to do. We seem to have forgotten about that while fucking members of Congress didn't seem to like it either. And you seem to forget that our Congress and our Senates and stuff are getting filled up with younger people that actually know how this shit works. So, passing it off by the old people that don't have a fucking clue how any of this technology works, that's going by the wayside, man. And even some of these older people, they're pretty fucking hip to your bullshit. And, scamming people and artists alike to make money. You aren't any better than those fucking scammers that set up fake events and take money. You're just a tad better. At least there's an actual event. But when there isn't an event and you're keeping the fucking money for the event that's not happening, well, that's fucking robbery. That's thievery. That makes you a fucking scumbag. So, I don't know. I guess at the end of the day, it's all my opinion, and that's all that comes to. But you would expect by now there'd be some backpedaling, maybe, or I don't know. It's not like that. We gotta screw up in it. No, nothing. They're just straight down fucking dirty, taking your money. So hopefully, some of you people out there, if you haven't already heard about this or whatever, can get some of your money back. Hopefully, peeps, aren't, or maybe you already wrote it off. I don't know. Or maybe you can get a fucking show if you can't get your money back. Hopefully, once you've waited it out or whatever, hopefully you'll be able to go to the show. But with all that being said, speaking of shows, we got a bunch of music now. I've been talking a lot about the new releases coming out. We got Coming Home the Band out of Florida. We got Stillborn Condition out of Maine that's already got their CD out right now. And there's a slew of bands out that got CDs out right now in Maine. Alliance being one. Time Will Tell CD. Go get that shit right now. Good stuff. Both these albums out of Maine. Phenomenal work. Awesome stuff, man. We're going to be seeing a lot of kick-assness continue to flow out of the Maine region. And I suspect that, during climate conditions and the elongated winter, we'll say, that they are having up north and having to stay secluded, I'm looking at the long view, man. I'm thinking that this is going to turn out to be some alright freaking music down the road. I guess that's about the only thing you can do in these types of situations is, hope for the best. Hey, James, how you doing, buddy? Hope you're feeling okay, buddy. So, as I was saying, we also got Monolith out of Cape Town, South Africa. They got a new release coming very soon. And we got Elephant Tree, who you can go check out right now. You can go pre-order their brand new album, and it comes in all sorts of pretty stylings and awesome, that's the only thing I hate about that is it's like, now I gotta sit here and decide, do I buy all of them like a fucking weirdo, or do I pick one? You're making it easy for a fan. um, but they have all sorts of package deals over there with all sorts of merch. Like I said, vinyl, CD, digital, all the whole stuff that you can go over there, get yourself pre-ordered. They got 2 singles out right now that you can go check out on over on their socials and everything. We've been sharing them quite a lot over on the Killogic effect page and all that good stuff, which you can always go over and get linked up with all of the bands that we have been working with here. So without any further ado, why don't we per se maybe get into some of this music stuff we were talking about? Because yeah, we got a ton of it to get into today. We got some tons of requests actually. Bunches of people been wanting to hear some tunes. So well, that's kind of what we do around these parts, believe it or not. So why don't we get into some of this stuff and then we'll talk about it, maybe, perhaps, kind of, sort of, maybe. I don't know. Well, either way, let's get wicked. Dig it. Get into some of this stuff and then we'll talk about it, maybe, perhaps, kind of, sort of, maybe. I don't know. Well, either way, let's get wicked. Dig it. So yeah, bunches of killer musics. We got some. Actually, we got some stuff to make you feel old. 29 years ago today-ish. Temple of the Dog was released, which is the Pearl Jam, Soundgarden collaboration in honor of Andrew Wood from Mother Love Bone. So yeah, and then also 24 years ago today, Rage Against the Machine released Evil Empire. So there's that. And I guess there has been a response from Live Nation and the president of the president of Live Nation and Ticketmaster, I guess, has given somewhat of a response. We'll get into that. So I don't even want to get riled up about that right now. It's been Jesus. The whacking off. Oh no, the Waken Open Air Festival. Sorry, thought I was, yeah, my bad. Yeah, that has been officially canceled. Yeah, great news. And Slipknot's got some whiskey they're getting involved with, and Slipknot #9 Whiskey Award Best Celebrity Whiskey by Forbes magazine. Great, that's just swell. Want to I guess Brian May's in the news for other reason, but I wanted to really give him a shout out. He was in the quarantine karaoke and COVID. That was, I've seen a lot of artists and stuff do stuff with people they don't even know, or just fans, and I think that's really cool. Bringing people together, helping put people's minds at ease is always great, and it's always good to see that being done through music. I'm always appreciative of that, no matter who the artist is. Even if I don't care for their music personally or whatever, it's just always always good when people that have some type of overwhelming celebrity status will say, you know, show that they're just regular people and do things with regular people. And a lot of times, it's the people that make celebrity more than it is. And I think, another silver lining that we're getting from bad stuff that's been happening, we'll say, and by bad stuff I just mean like in a societal, a global societal pretense. I think a lot of these celebrities' importance is waning, and their opinions and stuff are really just that, and their their abilities to some abilities to abuse their celebrity for personal or gain is one thing, but when you're trying to help push agendas and stuff like that, it really puts a bad look on your whole stardom overall, and whatever your expertise may be. And I really hate seeing stuff like that when it comes to musicians. I mean, everybody is entitled to their opinion, obviously. um but it just tends to just stir people up for the wrong reasons and divert attention and make it defeats the purpose of what music I feel should be doing. And I almost I just a lot of times, whether it's those celebrities that just aren't doing anything in the limelight, that are behind the scenes busted. Like, look at a Bon Jovi, look at all the stuff he does. He's been working his ass off in kitchens, doing all sorts of shit. You don't see any of that in the fucking news. Very little. I mean, so that's the thing. We tend to hyper focus on the wrong things, and we give the wrong people credit, I feel, a lot of times. And I gotta hand it to people like Bon Jovi and stuff. They're not looking for any type of recognition or anything. They just want to fucking help people. And that's what using your celebrity for good looks like. It's when you don't even fucking see it. That's when it's good. But that's just my opinion. I we welcome yours, for sure. Definitely. I'm always eager for civil conversations and stuff. I mean, look, people have gotten hyper, divided and partisan, and allowed themselves to get in these corners. And it allows celebrities and people of the like to take advantage of these things. And, a lot of people don't see it like that when it's happening, but the rest, you can be sure that it is. And even if they're the type of celebrity that never seems like they would do that, it's like, if you really sit back and think about it, yeah. I mean, it's the celebrities that aren't looking for the pat on the back or whatever, that just want to, spend vast amount of their money to help other people. Even George Lucas himself took a great deal of the money that he got from Disney and donated the vast majority of it, which was mind-blowing to me. But yeah, you don't hear much about that, though. You don't, so that just kind of puts things into perspective, I guess. some of the bands that help put things into perspective for me, and we've been talking about is some of these bands newer to the fold here that we were playing in this last block, like Evertrapped with their Sorrow, Nothing More in Between. Got a kick-ass video over on the YouTubes. If you haven't already checked that out, go do so and go get hooked up, because expect more awesomeness from these guys. And these guys newer to the fold I wanted to talk about real quick, and you need to go check out is Blackcast. The American Dream also has a nice right video. And once again, man, go subscribe to Eclipse Records and get hooked up over there on the YouTubes, because they got a ton of awesomeness that we play right here on the show. The Reticent, we haven't talked about them in a bit, and they if you haven't already picked up the full length, they also got which I've played a couple times. I usually stray away from like covers and stuff like that, but they do a couple of covers. One of them being "Losing My Religion" from REM. I suggest going and checking that out. It puts a whole new feel and vibe on that tune when he's singing it. He has a awesome voice, and their music overall just kicks ass. Just awesome stuff, and the it is a concept album, and the theme is one that touches a lot of people personally. That being having to do a lot with suicide, but coming from a few different angles and a few different people struggling with these things, and it's something that is still you want to talk about pandemics and crisis and all that. We still have an alarming suicide rate. We still have alarming numbers that are slaughtering people on a daily basis, and I don't want to minimize anything else, but we really seem to forget about some of these things a lot, and we don't want to talk about them, or but suicide is a it's it's no question that the way that our society has shaped itself, technologically and otherwise, has aided in the suicide rate. You can't tell me different, and but that's not to say that, like, video games or movies, or no, it's the way we communicate. It's the way that we put value on things these days. It's the way we quantify that fucking value. It is, if you take a step back and look at it, you see how just ludicrous a lot of this is, and how we have whole generations placing value on themselves and on others in very minimalistic and trivial fucking ways. And it's no surprise that we have a growing suicide rate. So that is something that I think we need to focus on as a society a bit more, and teaching a whole new generation about the important things and how to value oneself, and others. Um, I think that we try to we got like things like the first lady does with bullying and stuff like that, and we have other organizations that are, but it's like it's just so easily gets lost in all the static, and or it'll be used, from whoever is trying to help, and all of a sudden it will be politicized or used as some, and it's like, great, a lot of fucking help that did. So I think we need to definitely rearrange the way that we place value on each other, and remember and realize how ridiculous this is, and how we've let a good majority of society let social media and everything get ingrained in their being, to the point that it is a part of their identity, and this is dangerous. So we need to take steps to remedy this before it gets completely out of fucking control, more than it already is. You think it's bad now? So, with all that being said, go check out the Reticent, man. Some good fucking music. I'm just saying. I really recommend that album. It's brilliant. It's a beautiful album from beginning to end. It gets you in the feels, man, and it should, and it does it fucking beautifully. And I love it when music does that. And this is a prime example of touching on a subject and really grabbing a hold of one's feels by the ball sackinian, and telling a fucking story that just might alter the brain waves just a touch, just enough to make you perhaps have a different perspective on some things. And that's fucking good music in play. So yeah, the Reticent. It's good stuff, man. Check that dope out. It's good music, dope. Some other good stuff I wanted to talk about was Uncle Sinner. I call him the musical nomad. This guy's brilliant, and one of the things that I love about him so much is, in a digital era, he's being sure to record in an analog fashion, the way that we used to do things. And with his type of music, I think there's obvious reasons, and I always appreciate not letting, just because we have new ways of doing things or whatever, doesn't mean that it's better in all aspects of, there's still a place and a use for all these old ways of doing things with analog technology. And this is a prime example of that. You can find Uncle Sinner over on YouTube, Facebook, and I'm not sure if he's on Twitter, as I wouldn't blame him if he wasn't. I could understand why. But the cesspool that is Twitter. But definitely, if you like what you heard, go check him out. And don't ever be afraid to ask for more info or whatever. You can hit me up on all the socials and be like, hey, that Uncle Uncle Sim Dude. What's that all about? And I will try to direct you and help you as much as I possibly can tolerate. We did some Bangalow as well, and been talking about him. We open up with Bangalow every day. He has supplied a lot of music for the show. Um, Unbeknownst to him, no, um, he he's a kick-ass musician. He's also in a band called Antonio, which you need to go check out. You can find them over on Blogspot, Facebook, all the spots. Um, we have an interview with Bangalow over on Anchor.fm as well as Spotify, Apple Music, all the podcast places. You know the drill. Um, expect he's been really busy. He's been I can tell you he's been working hard on music. You can go over to his social medias and see evidence of such things. But expect at some point there are some things that me and him want to sit down and touch base on with everybody. I just thought it was, it's something that both him and I have noticed a lot of, and want to talk about it, man. All right, so yeah, so expect us to be talking about things at some point and some time. We rounded the last block all off with Source with the Serpent. These guys, it's a 3-piece, but they have the full sounds of, like, say, I don't know, I'm just, pulling a band off the top of my head for no reason, just like Tool. Like they yeah, they got that thickness, and that they also can flow in that vibe. But they're an all around kick ass band, and a brilliant friggin' 3-piece, man. They got a bunches of stuff you can check out over on the YouTubes, as well as over on the Facebook and all the places. But if you're like into Tool, or not even like Tool, but maybe just that vein of progressive metal, progressive rock, you might want to check these cats out, man. Just a thought. Just throwing it out there. There you go. That was me throwing stuff. Magic. All right. I want to play these guys. I've been itching for this tune right here. Let's do some Alinea. You can find these cats over on you guessed it, all your favorite social media networks, and you can get their full length out right now. And dude, this album from beginning all the way to the end, fucking phenomenal. This album is brilliant. It's the tits. A number one super ultra 2000, dude. Alinea, brass knuckles. Dig it. Super ultra 2000, dude. Alinea, brass knuckles. I'm gonna take it. Dig it. Oh, it's back on. Yeah, quite a lot of killer bands right here in the thrash vein. But one band here that's got a new video out actually that I was just alerted to. Alinea. We did Brass Knuckles. You can go check out their album. It's Delineation. Um, and that whole album, I think I was calling it like Giant Anomalies or something because that's one of the tunes on there. I don't know. I got all confused and it's not in front of me. But at any rate, Alenia, these guys kick ass, man. I had this. This was one of my tunes that I don't use a phone like regular people or whatever. I'll perhaps use it as like an MP3 player in some instances or whatever. And I just had loaded it up with a bunch of albums and. My three top albums that I had on there was Alinea, Despite, and Chaos Machine. But Alinea, this album has such a killer groove to it, man. Definitely suggest checking it out. You can go get acquainted with it over on YouTube if you're, the type of person that takes it in, like that. Wow, that sounded fucked up. Um, if that's where you go to get your tunes and your videos and all that stuff, yeah, go over there and do it because they got some stuff over there for you to check out. And like I said, they got that new video that was just brought to my attention. So definitely. And for any bands out there that would like to be a part of the Killogic effect, remember when you send your stuff in, I gotta keep saying it. You gotta label your shit, man. Just label it correctly. You gotta put your name on it, and you gotta put your song titles on it. You can't just send me stuff that's like a number, or MP3 file. That's not a lot to go on, man. So definitely be sure that when you send in your stuff, you're labeling it correctly. We also have videos on submitting your music to XRP Radio. If you'd like to get familiar with that, you can go right over to the Killogic Effect over on Facebook. And of course, you can send your music into the Killogic Effect at gmail.com. And we'll get with you directly. We did some Autumn's Embrace with Human Shields. Kick-assness right here out of Texas. You can check this stuff out over on the band camps and all the usual spots. They got a bunch of tunage over there. Obviously, you can go over to the I don't know why I say obviously because more bands are straying away from the Facebook thing. I've noticed a lot of newer bands barely even utilize it because of other things. One that I would stay away from that's getting a lot of heat and a lot of trouble for reasons is TikTok. It really doesn't have much of a use for bands per se. If you're just the average person out there using it, whatever. But government employees aren't allowed to have it in their phones because of how nefarious it is with mining data and stuff. So be fair warned on the TikTok end of things. But if you're a band, I can just tell you right now, it's not even worth using. But at any rate, go check out Autumn's Embrace over on the Facebooks and all the other spots. And check out Averst, some female fronted awesome. They got a full length out right now that you can. I was trying to think. They got two. Anyway, they got some music out, man. You're gonna love it if you like that. You're really gonna like what they got. For real, they had done some stuff um, up up in the New England area that I'd gotten to see some live video of, and they kick ass, man. Like for really, really wow, kick ass, awesome band. Definitely, I recommend checking them out. They also have that nostalgic feel for me, and I gotta say, there's a lot of bands these days that are really like, especially on the thrash end of things. Um, they're coming out with some good thrash, good old school type thrash elements. I dig it. Now, speaking of good old school thrash elements, these guys, yeah, these guys definitely hit that button. Crimson Slaughter. Um, well, you have a good day, Ariana. Um, Crimson Slaughter with Horror Chamber and Bred to Obey. It's off two different albums. You can go check these cats out over on all your favorite social spots. They got a bunches of stuff over on the YouTubes. Just saying. I mean, you might want to go check that out. Yeah, they definitely hit that old school thrash button hard, and they kick ass at it. I dig it. So and you should too. Damn it, go check them out. We did some Soul Collector as well with the Pledge. Another one. It's got a lot of old school thrash elements. I recommend checking out. They actually got they're sharing an album with Reanimator, which is about. In fact, let's see if I got some of them. We'll put some of them on as well. But yeah, good stuff. If you dig that, man, go check it out. They got a kick-ass EP that they got going on over on the band camps, and yeah, good stuff, man. We rounded it all off with a Pile of Priests, and I was gonna say something completely rude, but yeah, I should probably keep that to myself. But you can check out Pile of Priests over on all your favorite social spots. We did Exile unto Divination, and these guys, yeah, they kick ass, and I gotta say, Pile of Priests, fucking awesome band name. I dig it. Let's switch gears here a little bit. I've been talking about a band that has been doing a lot of live streams now. I've been talking about a lot about the new releases, like from Coming Home the Band and Monolith, Elephant Tree, all that are coming. But they've also, like Coming Home the Band's been doing a lot of quality live streams. And one band that I know, especially Mr. Spam is going to want to hear, these guys do some kick-ass live streams. And they know how to have fun. And all meanings and aspects of the word fun. And they put in the fun in music. I don't even know how to work that in. Fun into functional music. That doesn't even fucking work. Either way, talking about Psychostick. Now, they got a brand new album out. And when you're talking about like the streaming tip and all that, they released their brand new album to their Twitch viewers before anybody else like knew that it was out. They told their Twitch, oh, here, we've been doing this. Here's an album. And we got some videos and all this cool stuff. So, with all that being said, it's just another example of utilizing some of these streaming platforms and how they can really work in your benefit, being a band or whatever. And this new album from Psychostick too is awesome. We're gonna do a couple tunes off of it. But they are streaming every Thursday at 4 p.m. Central. It's 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So go from there. But well, that being said, tune in every Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for some live Psychostick. But until then, it's some Psychostick with Dalton. Dig it.
No.
Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for some live Psych. We wanted to wish Mr. Spam a happy birthday. He was birthed and hatched. What was it? He said 31 years ago today. Yeah, 31 years ago today. Mr. Spam was hatched, and we're thankful for that. Big supporter of the show, big supporter and big part of XRP Radio, and big supporter of independent music, and a real big help in all those areas. Also a big supporter over on the Twitch and all them areas as well. So yeah, definitely all around awesome person, and glad gotten to meet you, and happy birthday, man. Definitely killer. Always nice to be able to celebrate one's trip around the sun. Now, we had some in honor of said birthday, and figured we'd throw some tunes out, and some things that I'm sure Spam would appreciate us talking about. One of them being Psychostick. Now, they got a ton of killer videos over on the YouTubes. They're all around just awesome creators. They make all sorts of awesome stuff, and I gotta say, for a band coming up with like an original kind of theme or whatever, and then marketing themselves, they've there's something to kind of look to get a good some ideas on ways to do things or whatever. But at the same time, I mean, they're learning and trucking along just like we are. But they are quite the team of just all around awesome guys. And if you're a fan of like video games or whatever, they're also over there on the Twitch, so you can get like a mix of both, because they do a lot of gaming over there as well. That being said, they also they got a brand new album out right now called New, which they released to their Twitch subscribers before anybody else knew anything about it. But again, on the gaming end of things, they also did a video with the average video game nerd over on the YouTubes, which is freaking awesome. They did that one for Rent in Peace, and they already got a video that they like released with the album, Adulting, which is awesome. Just good stuff, man. It'll definitely put a smile on that friggin' frowny face of yours. So go check out Psychostick, and definitely look forward to their streams that they're doing every Thursday now. I guess they're doing these streams. So definitely go over and check all that out, and get yourself some live tunage. It's 5 p.m. Eastern Standard, I believe. what is it? That it's 4 Central, and then carry it on down the line. But uh, at any rate, we also did some critical dismemberment with some nice Nintendo gore in your ear holes. Good stuff. You can check them out over on your favorite social spots. Anybody that's into the Nintendo core, these guys kill it with the Nintendo core. They do a lot of cool stuff, man. Go check them out. That's what you're into. We did some favela with 2 Miles of Coal. And we also did some In Death with Malignancy Eradicated, along with Colossus, which is a kick-ass band out of Maine. You can go check out over on the Facebooks, YouTubes, and all the kick-ass spots. Now, what's cool about getting independent music from everywhere is getting bands like Ray Brower, who is a band from the UK that has taken the name out of a book from an author that's from Maine, which, speaking of authors, and speaking of authors from Maine, have you checked out Morgan Sylvia's book, Abode? I think you should. It's a kick-ass book. I'm just saying. And Louis Pexey, he's got a kick-ass graphic novel over on... he's not from Maine, but we'll let it slide. He could still be a good author. He's got a kick-ass graphic novel over on the Amazons as well. And so just saying. But at any rate, getting off track here. So here we are with them, like this whole like mixed conglomeration of like, wow, UK band and name from this author in Maine. It was like cool, and a lot of people don't, if you don't know like the story or whatever, Ray Brower is the dead guy that the kids are looking for in Stand By Me. Good movie, good stuff, but definitely a little bit more gory, and a tiny bit different on the in the book area, but still very good movie, and very cool that a band picked a name like that to be their band name. It's like, oh, is that the name of like the singer or something? No. That's pretty cool. But what else is cool is Ray Brower. Badass band. You gotta check these guys out. We did EPIS. They got a bunches of tunes, bunches of kick-assness over on the YouTubes and all the hot spots. Also, a band that newer to the fold there, Ethereus. We did the River of Sand and Blood. A lot of people's been digging on that one. It's kick-assness. Go check them out. And another one for spam. Lords of the Trident. Burn It Down with Fire. Featuring Brittany Slays. You can go check out a bunches of kick-assness from Lords of the Trident over on the YouTubes, Facebooks, all the hot spots. But I want to move this. You can also get linked up with them, obviously, and all their music. Anyway, you can download, stream, or steal music. This band is a good time all around. Kick-ass music, kick-ass theme. They're right into it, and I dig it. Definite adventure to be had with these guys, and that's kick-ass. I dig it. So definitely go check out Lords of the Trident. We also did Decomposed by Nothingness Crowned. hadn't played that one in a little bit, and well, I wanted to hear it, so and I wanted to talk about it. So here we are talking about it. Go check out Decomposed. You guys kick lots of ass. Yeah. You can find them over on Facebook, and you can even find that tune over on YouTube as well and get linked up that way. These guys are a kick-ass, solid metal band. For real. No, I'm not fucking with you, man. For real. Go get you some. We these guys had sent me. I get this thing in the mail, and I had talked to these guys, guys from Generic Christ. That this was before I had came back home to Florida. I was in Maine for a while, and I had been playing a lot of Generic Christ and everything like you do, and they're like, "Hey man, what's your shirt size and all that?" And so I tell them, and so they're like, "All right, cool, man. We're gonna send you a package, trade info and all that good stuff." I get this package I had to sign for. This thing like had weight to it, man, and it was all their CDs. Freaking one of my favorite T-shirts. I've worn this shirt to so many concerts too. It's just it's a badass freaking Generic Christ T-shirt. And definitely go over and check out their merch. Go to their Facebook and all that, because they got some awesome stuff, and they got new stuff out right now, and they got vinyl, fucking vinyl, Generic Christ. Yeah. I'm definitely wanting to get hooked up with some of that. I got a fucking growing list of shit I need to get, man, because there's so much good stuff out there right now, man. And Generic Christ is definitely a band that you need to get in your metal collection. Now, thing about Generic Christ that's cool is they got such a nostalgic feel, but like fresh. But they feel like a band that you found, from, it's like, wow, where the fuck is this band come from, and yeah, they're from right in the dirty South, and definitely go check them out and go get hooked up with their new stuff, because awesomeness to behold. And fucking Generic Christ on vinyl, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Yeah, so well, yeah, I think we're done blowing smoke directly up their assholes. Let's move on to the next anus, shall we? Oh, and here we are. I want to play this tune, because, well, I got this album, and I fucking dig it. And speaking of bands on vinyl that are fucking awesome on vinyl, Gravehuffer. I know, I'm saying. You can go get some Gravehuffer on vinyl. Yes, you. Even you, yep. Can get some Gravehuffer on vinyl. You can get Your Fault. And it's fucking beautiful. Oh, this like thing, when you pull it out, it seems like it's glowing, or like there's some type of weird light hitting it that makes it like the color that it is. It's cool. I like it. And they also got some EP stuff, brand new stuff over on No Slip Records. And you can also just go right over to their Bandcamp, because you want to talk about bands that have some killer merch out and some just killer tunage out and some awesome vinyl out. Well, fucking Gravehuffer, man. I mean, you can't even have that conversation without involving Gravehuffer. I mean, again, are you fucking kidding me right now? So, with all that being said, let's listen to that title track. What do you say, huh? Let's do some Gravehuffer. Your Fault. Dig it.
right now. So, with all that being said, let's listen to that title track. What do you say, huh?
And, you know, and about that Gravehuffer thing, man, I mean, you know, I'm not saying, like, you know, I'm not gonna, like, put you down or anything, but, you know, probably be a lot cooler if you had some Gravehuffer in your collection, just saying. And this brand new Stillborn condition, God Eater, I've been talking a lot about, peeps have been digging on that, and, rightfully so, because this is a freaking badass album. We're gonna like be slowly going through like all the songs, because awesome stuff. And we did some. Don't forget to go right over to their Bandcamps and pick that album up too. And also they got a new lineup. Hatred Alive. We did 13 knots. You can go check these cats out on all your favorite social spots. Go over to the YouTubes and check out Lenny Vision Filmworks. Lots of killer stuff right there, and a good window into all the New England end of the bands that I've been talking a lot about and stuff. You get to see a lot. It's a lot of the video stuff that we try to share on the stream and everything. There's a lot of stuff from Lenny Vision Filmworks. Go check it out over on the YouTubes. And whilst you're over there, check out some of these kick-ass bands. You can also see Stillborn Condition over on Lenny Vision. We did some Devilspeak out of Cape Town with Honored by the Bleeding. And played some video clips of them doing a pretty kick-ass live stream before, you know, before it was all cool and everything. They was already doing it. So there. You check out Devilspeak over on the Bandcamps and all the spots, and go check out the vids they got going on over there. Not only a good window into the friggin' Cape Town scene, at least a slither of it, but they got some awesome friggin' video work over there, and it's just kick-ass work all around. Go over there, show some support, friggin' share some stuff, man. I'm just saying, that's what I would do. I mean, whilst you're doing nothing, you know. And don't forget about Okilly Dokilly. They got a bunches of new stuff out. These guys are another one of them fun bands. They picked a theme and they're running with it, man. And they even got, you know, the end of a Simpsons episode. You know, so, hey, that's awesome. And they got some killer tunage. I dig it. I'm just saying I dig it. I don't know, maybe some people don't get it or whatever, but it's just fun. It's good tunage. And it's just a good time. And that's what it's all about at the end of the day, right? I mean, really. So go check them out and see if it's your bag. Okilly, okay? Okilly Dokilly? Okay. Yeah, that Re-Education tune, dude, it's got a kick-ass vid. They got a few vids. Well, one even made it at the end of a Simpsons episode. See, I was talking about it like not 10 seconds ago. I know. It's short attention span. But at any rate, we rounded her off by request. We did some Denigrate with Engraved and Hellbound. And with some, another request actually. A lot of people's been digging on this Jupiter Hollow. And we got some Good Against the Living to seal the deal. Let's spend about my time. Everybody out there, try to treat you at least halfway decent, civil, almost human-like. If you can pull that shit off, remember Fridays. Tomorrow is depending on when you're watching this, but Friday's super long radio day, so be ready for all sorts of fun shenanigans and tunage and kick-ass stuff to behold as usual. So. Everybody out there, have a good evening. Let's do some Jupiter Hollow with this Rosedale tune. Everybody's been really digging on these cats, and rightfully so. You can go check them out. We're on all your favorite social spots. You can check out this very tune over on the YouTubes as well and get some nice visuals whilst you're at it. But and once again, happy birthday, Spam. Thanks for all the support. You're awesome. I hope you have a great day or are having a great day. Let's do some Jupiter Hollow. Dig it. Dig it.